IsoMax here, this time with a quick review of the EazyPower tamper-proof or security combination bit set. This would be the 32-piece, and I'm also including the EazyPower Star or Torx bit sets to go along with this review. Now these are a bit older sets. EazyPower, of course, still sells bits now, but they're not quite the same as they used to be, and they're a whole lot cheaper. These are the EazyPowers when they were all actual machined bits. Unfortunately, for the amount of beautiful machine work that was put into these bits, back in the early 2000s, these were on the shelf for $50 at particular stores. They were amazingly priced. Now you can get 100-bit EazyPower sets for $22, but they are not individually CNC machined. Or probably turret machine. You know, they use a specialized machine to make these bits. We are zoomed in pretty close, so let's take a look at these EazyPowers, and you can see each one is a billet piece that's been turned down. Each hex has been turned. Each center hole has not been, they're not forged, they're drilled. So you see some of the inconsistencies there. The first thing I'll get out of the way is these are not as strong as modern, impact drivers, or even their newer generation has IsoMax printed on them. You'll know that these are older EazyPowers because they just say Easy P on them. Where newer EazyPowers will now say IsoMax. And the new IsoMax ones, as you can see, they're not machined. Actually, the taper is machined, but these slots, I believe, are forged now. But I may be incorrect. They still may be machining them, but they seem to be quite a bit better quality. And I don't mean by quality of machining. They just seem to be not quite as strong as you would have expected, especially for 10 or 15 years ago, even 20 years ago, for how much they charged. And most people will recognize their packaging as stuff like this. This is the newer style, IsoMax contractor quality. This would be the older style. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick little review of these bits, saying that they are pretty nice, and you can recognize them if you ever see them used or in the pawn shop or on eBay. If you want these older original ones, you can of course still get newer EazyPowers, but there is something to be said to have individually machined bits where you can see, like on these security or tamper-proof Phillips, that they have this little waif of metal where they drilled the hole through the taper, and that's always interesting to see and kind of gives you a nice feeling to have. It's not a hand touch, but it's these things aren't just snapped out or stamped out. They're had some actual work and process to them, even though forging is much better now. Now these they don't hold up to anything like modern impact bits. These modern impact bits are effectively indestructible. I've never really had one break. Speaking of the strength, so these are the Star bits, about the same age. As you can see, I've had some trouble with them. You use one that's a little bit too small, and on other Star bits it will wear a little bit if it slips because you're using too small of a one, but on these EazyPowers it just ground away the edge of the tip just immediately. I've never quite had such an experience like that. I did a review of Star bits from Lyle that were impact rated quite a few videos ago, and a lot of people commented about how they were kind of weak, would break or twist. These older EazyPowers would be in the same category as those Lyles. Even though they're beautifully made, they just don't quite hold up. You can see on this Torx, this I twisted just tightening down a screw on a skill saw, and even really I thought I was starting to strip the thread, so I stopped, and it was actually this bit twisting. And so I thought about using my impact driver and breaking some of these on the video, but I don't know exactly what that would have proven versus showing that modern ones don't break. But from a tool collector point of view, these are pretty darn nice bits. They have a really nice tight fit. But unless you run into these, I quite frankly would have to recommend more cost-effective solutions, even from this very company. And another part of this is I've had a few friends who've really raved about the older EazyPower bits, and they just have not held up to some of the reputation I've at least encountered. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Catus Maximus out.